Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Xenonauts 2. As today we are securely into month 9, and the sky is falling. Though, all things considered, it's not too bad, relatively speaking. We essentially suffered the orbital strike equivalent of a warning shot. Not great, but, at least manageable. But we'll see if that gets worse with time. For now, though, we simply stay the course. Continue banking progress for our current slate of projects, including our new flight base, currently going up at 404. As well as one last living quarters at XCOM. Just so I can bring in the last few raiders on the list and then crack into the rank and file. Never know when we might need some replacements, so best to start training them up sooner rather than later. Man, I do want to get more Goss going, but we're also not terribly far out from unlocking Fusion, which is top tier. So it does feel like we should maybe hold off. Which in the short term will make the ensuing fight slightly tougher, but long term would be a better use for our resources. Though, speaking of resources, X4 Pegasus Dropship. The X4 Pegasus Dropship has been designed specifically to fulfill the exact needs of our organization, making it the ultimate method of transporting our soldiers to mission sites. Indeed, the Pegasus can operate in almost any environment imaginable. The reinforced airframe can withstand anything from the crushing pressures of the deepest oceans to the hard vacuum of outer space, while the heat-resistant plating of the dense outer hull could easily endure the stress of orbital re-entry. Propulsion is provided by a sizable bank of ion thrusters mounted on the rear of the craft. While these have distinctly mediocre power output, they are incredibly energy efficient and maintain function in a variety of different environments. If operating in atmosphere, they grant the Pegasus by far the longest range of any aircraft yet designed. However, the key element of the design is the anti-gravity emitter that sits atop the hull. The Pegasus weighs more than the average battle tank. Without an anti-gravity field, it cannot even lift itself off the ground. With the emitter active, however, the Pegasus can rival our most advanced interceptors for speed. An enlarged squad of 12 soldiers can be carried within the spacious troop compartment, including up to 3 armored vehicles. Naturally, the ability to deploy additional soldiers on tactical missions makes this new dropship a valuable force multiplier for our combat operations. I therefore see little reason not to commence construction of a Pegasus as soon as possible. It is superior to its predecessors in every way, and little scope for further improvement remains. The pinnacle of dropship technology has been reached. I mean, you say that, but it's still worse than the one we could get back in early access. Though it is still a step up from what we've currently got, so good get. Oh, and only $1 million. Okay, that's not bad at all. Downside being that it's a full 10-day build time, which means we definitely don't want to do it when we've got a wave pending. So we'll probably wait for 404, which is another 17 plus 10 days. Longer than I'd like, but it is what it is. Oh, though that is actually also part of why I ended up building another living quarters, because apparently they fixed the weird bug we were having with our scientists, where for some reason we were one short of our actual maximum loadout. We can now hire them. We just need space. Oh, ops points. How we looking? Okay, actually not hugely different from where we just were, though we do see some interesting options here. Most likely we'll clear that guy out. Yeah. So once we hit 140. And there's our orbital strike. Port Moresby, Papua New Guinea. The extraterrestrials have destroyed Port Moresby. Early casualty estimates suggest 923,079 lives lost. Plus 25 panic level Asia Pacific. Oh, interesting. So they've immediately changed it up. That first strike was just 10% across the board, but this is specifically a channeled 25 to a single region. Okay. Interesting. Honestly, I think 10 across the board would have been harder to defend against. Plus 25 to regions we already securely control actually isn't that big a deal. Relatively speaking, I mean, they definitely ramped up the kill count on that second strike, which is unfortunate, but just from a purely logistics standpoint. I hate to side with our scientists, but, you know, the fate of the whole world is at stake here, not just... Well, you know, I'll leave that thought there. We are going to get it taken care of. Case in point, UOO Sabotage. Commander, I have now completed my analysis of the city killer orbital bombardment cannon that our enemies recently used against us. The pattern of destruction visible in news footage implies the weapon is an exceptionally powerful pulsed laser, a device that does not incinerate the target but instead rapidly superheats the surrounding air until a devastating pressure shockwave is formed. This creates a destructive effect similar to detonating a moderately sized nuclear weapon atop the target, minus the lingering radiation. Civilian buildings in the area are likely to suffer severe damage, whereas the lack of penetrative power leaves any hardened structures and modern armored vehicles largely intact. No countermeasures are possible against such an attack. Indeed, we cannot even reliably predict the city being attacked. The orbit of UOO-1 is so high above our planet that a minor reorientation of the station dramatically changes the list of potential targets. This makes the destruction of UOO-1 even more urgent than before. Thankfully, recent events appear to have presented us with a rare opportunity to do so. Theoretically, the quantum gateway recovered from the cleaner headquarters should permit us to teleport a combat team directly aboard UOO-1. However, this process is extremely dangerous. Calculate the exit point incorrectly, and there are countless unpleasant ways for our soldiers to become casualty statistics. Our complete ignorance of UOO-1's interior layout previously made any such operations impossible. However, the colossal energy discharge from the bombardment cannon has now allowed my instruments to gather something rather akin to an X-ray of the station. So it's a good thing you waited for that second strike so I could gather valuable intel. The smaller secondary saucer appears an ideal location for an initial strike, housing the uppermost sections of bombardment cannon. It should present ample opportunities for sabotage. If the mission proves successful, we may be able to develop a plan to destroy the station entirely. Objective update. Mission available. UOO Sabotage mission available for launch. Our organization can now use the captured cleaner quantum teleporter to launch a raid against the alien space station, bombarding our planet from orbit. Press the button at the bottom of the screen to launch the mission. Oh yeah, right there. Interesting. Really would have expected it to require us to jump through another hoop or two to actually get that thing operational. Feels like just suddenly having quantum teleportation tech would be a pretty major game changer. But I suppose I can't really complain about the lack of extra busy work. Lets us roll right back into powering up. Which I do think will be alien fusion. I mean, we really do need to do the nanofab, but fusion is the top tier gear, so I mean, that's priority, especially if we are basically intending to more or less skip Gauss. Minus the 4 we've already built. "9 days out on 404. So do we get more waves? Or oh, here we go. Bomber over North America. Wait to see what else turns up. Huh, okay. Oh, nope, that's the same one. Yeah, go ahead. Knock him out. Might just be an isolated invader. Oh, scratch that. Observer on a scouting run. Yeah, go ahead. Actually, no, wait. They're headed right for us. Oh, and a harvester on an infiltration run. That's a new type of ship, which I would very much like to take out, but let's hold for the observer that's headed for us. And the bomber? Actually, oh man, I don't know how tough that harvester is. That's the same one. But we do have to do something, so yeah, let's go ahead and launch. Bomber. But something else just popped just south of us. Ah, there's the observer. Gotcha. Well, you're just scouting, so hold off for a sec. Wow, that harvester is booking it. That might actually be kind of a pain to intercept. I hate to say it, but we might need a full Gemini wing to actually run that thing down. Though we did at least clear the other two. Oh, here we go. We've got a harvester on a construction run. Nice. Okay, let's see how tough they are. Auto? Okay, that's not awful. We'll take that. Which puts an actual raidable crash site on the map. So that's our target today. I mean, ultimately we are, of course, also going to raid UOO 1, but we've got 9 days before that thing strikes again, so we've got some wiggle room there. One sec, let me prep a team. Including our new Ares platform, Arrow, sporting a fresh new chassis. And, slightly reformatted hard drive, but it's he's still in there somewhere. And we're back. Squad set. Going in heavy, of course, given that this is an untested target. And I think our first true large ship. Though, even with that, I did only tag in majors or below. Since apparently there is still room to grow from there. There's one more rank above that, the Colonel. Which, I do think is the point where we basically sideline them for a bit. Outside of major story missions. Got a lot of other raiders to train up. Assuming, of course, they survive. That said, to those who are about to die, etc., etc. Though I will say, this particular ship is just more civilians, a target we're pretty familiar with. Not anticipating too much difficulty, since we did just steamroll them in the recent terror mission. But on the other hand, we do have to remind ourselves that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Raiders on site, let's see what we got. Okay, tucked in corner, good place to start. Manted off left with bio rifle. Seb dead ahead. As well as a Reaper Alpha. Okay, so I misidentified the Reapers we saw last time. Those were not Reaper Alphas because it turns out that apparently they are slightly more visually distinctive. Noted. Lockdown Seb. Seb locked. Go ahead and clear cover. Let's see if we can take this guy out. Just be wary of the mantid off left. Nice. And lay it on. Mantid might take a shot, but it's just a symbiote, so I'm not hugely worried. Nope, we're good. Also, those Goss shotties, definitely a better choice for the Sebs. But I did keep the laser shotties in reserve. Good for, like, raiding missions and such, where we need more than 2 assaults. Camille, why don't you go ahead and pile on? Really hope this gets it done. Got 2 other targets to deal with. That will do. If just barely, my goodness. 5 whiffs out of 6 shots on a 55% chance to hit. Served. Nice. Alright, so that's 2 of 3 targets done. I don't really see us realistically taking out the mantid. But let's see what we can do. Well, oh, right, sure. Thank you. I mean, sure, he was trying to kill us, but that's like 5,000 bucks. Also, Seb off to its right, though far enough away that we don't really have to worry about it just yet. Especially if we smoke, which was already the plan. I just want to take some pot shots first. Fire in the hole. Cover cleared. Let's see if we can luck out here. Oh, that's risky. I mean... Oh, thank goodness. Okay. If that had killed the Civ, I'd feel slightly guilty. Not too guilty. I mean, he's dead either way, but, you know. Brutal truth is that on a map with Reapers, if we can't reasonably rescue someone, then it's probably better we just kill them, because otherwise they're apt to suffer a much worse fate. Not sure we can really get in a second shot, though. Yeah, just smoke. We'll finish it off next round. Reaper Alpha on approach. Oh wow, we really booked it. We'll have to keep that in mind. Those guys are deceptively mobile. And yeah, saw that coming. Sorry, bud. Also, Mantid bugging out. An entirely valid response, but I'm still slightly surprised. The Xenos rarely show much of a sense of self-preservation. Alright, let's clear the next 2 threats. Reaper should be an easy kill, but let's see if we can lock that Seb. Also, keep in mind we have a Mantid just off left. Out of sight, but not out of mind. Nuke the truck. Uh, I'm sure that's fine. Let's try that again. Okay, well, I mean, ideally I would have liked to blow the truck up because that's just free extra damage, but alright. This should get it done. Okay, yeah, kinda. Truck did blow up, but target's still standing, so... Ooh, actually, let's go for a cap here. I don't think the alphas have separate observation logs, but I do know they have art, so I would like to confirm. There's our mantid. Come on, Nolan, you've got this. Hey, nicely done. Reaper in the bag, though honestly it really probably shouldn't be, but, you know. Gotta get paid. Mantid out. Now let's see what we can do with the Seb. Manlore, why don't you just smoke? Get our left side covered. He's still pretty far out. I feel like we're relatively safe where we are. That way we can continue securing the right approach. Which is important given that we know we've got Reapers in the wind. Though we are looking pretty clear. Minus the big blind spot, I suppose. We'll get ranks on backup, just in case. And Roman watches the approach. Ooh, okay, well. You know what, I did not... Yeah, that's fair. How you doing, Arrow? Oof, not great. That puts him at half. So he can maybe survive one more hit. Not ideal, but at least it brings this guy within easy striking range. Soften? And given that he rushed us, we know he doesn't have any TU banked, so just go for the kill. Or a cap, rather. Nolan? Actually, let's soften a bit more first. We know these guys have at least 200 HP. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, we will absolutely take that. Nice work, Cam. Honestly, given those whiffs earlier, I figured at least one of those shots would miss. But apparently not. Thankfully, the 50+ stun shot still factored in. Which does leave our snipers free to cover the approach. And we'll get Arrow tucked into cover. We'll have to use him a bit more sparingly for the rest of this run. Target pinged, manted back right. No easy approach angle. Oh. Yeah, that's probably fine. Hold here. We'll just completely block line of sight. See if we can kite it in. Risky spot to set, but does keep a burst on tap. Nice. Also nice. Oh, wow. Well done, Raiders. Hi. Both targets suppressed. Lovely. Yeah, that went great. All right. Let's go ahead and drop the manted. Should be an easy kill. Just be slightly mindful of the symbiote. In fact, just a stun bomb. Perfect. And with any luck, that also tagged his little buddy. But we'll set racks just in case. And reposition Roman. Watch the approach, also served. Arrow pushes up behind. And we had a Seb off left. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Wall's kind of in the way. Would be nice if we could clear that. Hey, nice. Thank you, Mandler. And now the heavy artillery. Solid. Target also locked, which buys us more breathing room. Nolan moves in for the cap. Reaper on the roof. Oh, that was nowhere near as impressive as I would have liked it to be. Alright, fair enough. Let's get a follow-up. Well, no, that's not really gonna work. Yeah, I'm a little leery about rushing in, given the Reapers and all. We will smoke. Locked and smoked, it'll basically have no choice but to run. Or pass out, which is also ideal. mclouj into cover. And I think we're good. Seb runs, but clearly still behind the wall. There's our symbiote. And wow, I've got to say, pretty, honestly, kind of shockingly quiet out here. Really, really expected to see stiffer resistance. But we might have some further back, so you know, proceed with caution. First things first, let's go ahead and clear the Seb. Could punch out the wall, but I'm worried that he's so close to dead now, that might actually just straight up kill him. Ah, alright, fair enough. I mean, we could just run in. I'm just a bit leery since we know there's Reapers about, but the only one we've actually seen thus far is stuck up on the roof, so it's theoretically safe to approach. Alright, well, could have been an easy cap, but that's fine too. Target out. Let's go ahead and set for incoming. We know we have a Reaper up top, but that's not really what I'm worried about. Also, make sure we've all got rounds chambered, since we are not running on infinite ammo lasers anymore, aside from Manlore. Yeah, that's the biggest downside with the electroshock pistols, is because although they definitely hit harder, they're also only 3 shots per mag. There's our ship, which also gives us an idea of where the back of the map is. And an errant Seb, too far out to pose much of a threat, but we might smoke off just in case. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Nice. Alright, let's start positioning to take this center building here. That'll make a nice staging ground. Though we do still have to finish clearing the buildings off left as well. Plus back right. Though that's a good sign, as ever. Seeing a civilian run around still alive does heavily imply the area is relatively safe. Seb on approach off right. Behind the truck there. No other active threats aside from the Reaper up top. I would like to grab that Sib, but we can't risk overextending, so let's go ahead and swat down the Reaper. Should be right around here. Perfect. Cam, you're on. Reaper out. Hug cover. We'll go ahead and get Nolan on you. He'll watch your back, since we do still have a lot of blind spots out there. Shield can hold up to a swing or two. Manlore on Overwatch. Robovsky as well. Let's get eyes on the Seb, but also go ahead and clear these buildings here. Okay, there we go. Let's see if we can lock him down. Crawl. There we go. Seb locked. Now we can have Rex continue his approach. Though primary goal right now is just to make sure it's relatively safe to do so. Yeah, we need to clear some fog. Okay, we're looking pretty good. Hold there. Assuming nothing goes awry, we can shotgun rush next round. Let's get served up top. Some nice machine gun overwatch. Slightly risky position to take, but I think worth it. Honestly, I think we're fine off left as well, but Reapers do make me leery, you know. They love to hide in corners. So it's kind of one of those better safe than sorry situations where I want to keep things moving forward, but also at the same time I don't want to go too crazy, slowing things to a crawl. And that, see, like that is exactly why, because now we know we've got a Reaper out there somewhere, headed straight for that Civ. Let's go ahead and... Oh, well, okay. Well, he didn't get far. Alright, I guess that answers that. Now we know where he is. The Seb did not move, which means he almost certainly does have a shot banked. So before we do anything, we should probably go ahead and lock him down. Okay. I mean, not quite what I was going for, but sure. Thanks, Arrow. Grenade out. I am not entirely convinced that got him. Rex, how we looking out there? Huh. Okay, I guess he did move. Which means, is he in that one blind spot? Of course he is. Alright, well, now we know. Would have been nice to know slightly sooner, but I think we can work with that. Served. Go ahead and lock. Yeah, we'll finish him next round. Go ahead and clear the fog. How we looking out there? Clear. Clear. Hold here. Cam, let's get a look on center. Civ can't have gotten far, so if you can grab him. That would be ideal. Come on, dropship's this way. Reaper's still a fair ways out, but that doesn't mean there's nothing between us and it. Though I will say, it is looking pretty clear. Rabovsky? How we looking on mid? Also clear. Alright, okay. I mean, we've still got 2 known threats at least. We've got the Reaper and the Seb. We'll just focus on those. Bit of a risk, but yeah, let's bring you up. Doors. Alright. Let's go ahead and gank the gecko. Didn't move. That means it still has 1 shot banked, but a point-blank shot should theoretically drop it. Okay, good. Yeah, that's fine. Just a slight mini heart attack there, but that's fine. It worked. It worked out. Could have made it slightly safer by tagging him from afar, but this way we get to keep our snipers on tap. Looking pretty clear off left. I think we're good. Though we do not know where the Alpha Reaper got off to. It might be lurking out here now. Or it might have gone back inside. I mean, that's also a possibility. We did hear a door. We'll just get angles on that door, take the high ground where we can, since we know Reapers can't jump. Though they really should. I mean, that would definitely ramp up their fear factor. Cover racks. And everyone else just starts moving up. Bit by bit, we make our approach. Interesting. Lots of door action, but no Reaper. I do think it went back inside, and now it's just kind of milling around. Either that, or it's in one of these increasingly tiny blind spots. There you are. And there you go. Reaper out. We've got a pretty extreme range advantage on them here, so let's go ahead and punch out that front door. Get a good look inside. Fall back. Let's bring Nolan over. Reaper, gotcha. Hold here. back up. Snipers on Overwatch. In theory, it should come sprinting right at Nolan, which will give us ample time to gun it down. But of course, we also want to keep creeping closer. Start working towards a proper breach. Hold. Oh? Okay, not sure why you stopped there, but we'll take the cap. Nice. Now let's position for breach. Front room's clear. That's good, though I do see 3 doors. That's a bit anxiety-inducing. We'll hold off to the sides. Though we will have the Gauss rifles hang back. We'll keep eyes on just in case there's a last-minute rush. That's a lot of doors. That's like 6 doors. Breach. Carefully. Okay. 3 doors. Hold here. We'll set with TU banked. Spread out to either side to cover all 3 doors at once. Manlore on the truck, staring straight down mid. Let's actually tuck you 2 in. Snipers and arrow moving up, but not yet inside. Just prepping for next round. Hold. Five doors. Breach. Breach. Target pinged. Seb off left. Angled right towards us. Slightly problematic, but I think we can get him through mid. But first we have to check mid. Breach. Mid clear. Move to lock. Served. Target locked. Take him out. Hopefully with enough left over to also watch right, since we have 2 doors. That'll do. Target out. Let's go ahead and lock down. We've got 4 potential avenues of approach, so we'll try to get guns on all of them. Which shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, I feel like that works. Okay. Clear right. Looking pretty good. How about this little nook here? Okay, good. There was a chance someone was tucked into a corner there, but no, we're clear. Target pinged. What have we got? Oh, right. Okay, well that's not what I was going for, but sure. Heavy Mentark, noted. Can we... It already took a shot on us, so in theory it's safe to approach, but we really should lock it just in case. Since in theory it could also have kept 2 shots banked. Not worth the risk, I think, of running across the teleporter, but we could knock out this door. Oh! Whoa. Oh. Served cold. Down. I did not think there'd be another guy right next to it. I did not expect a double tap. Oh, man. I mean, of all the enemies we could have exposed with that move. A Mantid was the absolute worst because they were the ones who were most likely to actually hit. Gosh darn it. I mean, it was just a fusion pistol, so hopefully Served still pulls through, but man, that's rough. Well, now how will I console myself? Could someone please take out the Mentark? I'd really rather not lose someone else. Rax? Still have to worry about people popping down the porter, so we have to prep for that too. Plus, the door is behind. Oh, right. Krull, could you finish this off? Okay. Roman's way too far, but we can position for next round. I think it's gonna have to be Cam. There we go. And Rob smokes. Not much, but hopefully enough to keep us alive. Unless, I suppose, they come out of the doors on right, but, you know. You know. Was that another Mentarch? There's nothing else it could be, so I mean, harvesters must have more than one. That's good to know. Clear. Emphatically not clear. But now we're pretty close. Target's locked. Let's go ahead and check that last room off left. Okay, we're good. Let's go ahead and knock these guys out. Both non-coms, so shouldn't be too tough. Come on, guys. We already lost one to a non-com. Let's not go for number 2. Guys. It's fine. We're good. It's fine. I mean, worst case scenario, that guy... Yeah, it's a fusion pistol and a bio rifle, so it's not like the deadliest weapons, he said, as if a pistol hadn't just taken out the squad's heavy. That does actually mean we should probably prioritize the Seb, but the Mantid's an easier target. Mantid. Target out. Thank goodness for that. I don't know if we can really do much about the other guy, aside from maybe smoke. Alright, I mean, gives us a better shot, I suppose. Nope. Alright. Nolan, smoke him if you got him. Target locked, target smoked. Hold. Yes, perfect. Okay. Target locked, we'll take it. And that will do. Ground floor cleared of what? 2? 3? Only the one telepad, so I mean that's good at least. That makes it easy to control. And we are looking clear up top, so for now we'll just lock it down. We'll position our guys on each of the 4 pads so no one else can use it. mean, we've definitely got a Mentark up there somewhere. Entrance clear, set on doors. Oh, wow. Okay, so there's 4 levels on this thing. And target's ping. There's our Mentark. Another heavy Mentark. Lock him down. Nice. Mentark out. Let's get a peek around that corner, make sure that Seb's alone. Nope, we've got a Reaper. But otherwise, looking pretty clear. Go ahead and drop the Seb. Come on, you've got this. There we go. Seb out. Let's get Team 2 on the Reaper. Looks clear. Good, good. Also clear. Make your approach. Nice. Oh, come on. One more. One more. Roman, it's gotta be you, man. There we go. Reaper out. And Manlore on backup. Yeah, just hang tight. Watch the hull. Come on, Arrow. Let's keep you close enough to tag in if need be. Reaper. Oh, bye. Okay, you know what? I feel like that's a fair exchange. Not sure why the Reaper pulled a runner. I have to assume that it ran out of AP and didn't have enough to actually engage. So it ran instead. We have to clear the engine room, but let's go ahead and knock this guy out. We've also got the Reaper just out of sight. Manted out. Cam on Overwatch, hopefully enough to keep the Reaper at bay. But just in case it's not, we'll get Rax in there too. Yeah. And then Arrow clears the engine room. Alright, okay. I think we might be good. Yep, all set. Okay. Hold here. And then just set on this side, since we know we've got a Reaper back there somewhere. Settle in, keep points banked. Enough to hopefully take it out, should it rear its ugly head. Hold. Hi. Oh, hello. Interesting, interesting. I'm not gonna lie, that makes me all kinds of uncomfortable, but let's take him out. Alpha out. Seb right around the corner. Let's get eyes on. Okay, it's gotta be in that one blind spot. I don't think it would have been able to get all the way back through the door. Nope, nope. That answers that. Target pinged. I think we've got it, but let's go ahead and lock just to be sure. Target locked. Yeah, positioning's slightly awkward, so worst case scenario, we'll smoke if we can't get it done. But I feel like the shotties should be enough. How we feeling, Cam? Nice tag. Rax? Not gonna lie, really hope that would get it done, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's go ahead and smoke. It'll either hunker or run. But, more importantly, that also gives us cover from anything else that comes through that door. Rest of us positioned to intercept. Seb stays put, which means he does have points banked. So we come in from the blind side. Target out. And capped. Bonus. Breach. Cockpit's clear. Porters must be in the rooms, off to the sides. Let's get people on both. Okay, pretty quiet. What do we got? 2 non-coms, let's get them locked. Oh, okay, so it is just 3 floors. Weird. I wonder if... like, why bother making it 4 tiers tall? Okay, so we're almost done. Target's locked. Take him out. That's one. Other one's slightly more awkward, but shouldn't be a problem. There we go. Okay. First room clear. Let's get these porters blocked. Final breach. Let's get this done. Oh. Huh. That's kind of anticlimactic, but alright. Lock him down. Target locked. And target shocked. Oh, snap. Crawl's actually tapped. Yeah, I guess I should have grabbed more ammo off served on the way up. Served. Really hope he pulls through, but I mean, like, I guess we'll see. And we're good. Mission complete. Nicely done, Raiders. Minus that one minor bit. Though, in theory, we can maybe bounce back. How we looking? No. They got served. Damn. So another raider gone to the pearly gates of Valhalla, shiny and chrome. Poor one out for served cold. Died in the line of duty. But the raiders push on. They've still got a world to save, and if they don't, then who will? Congrats, Roman. Third to hit distinguished. Plus mclouj all the way up to major. Nicely done, my friend. Plus, we did pull some new tech. A biosurvey array. I don't know if I remember that from early access. I'm not sure what that does. Ooh, also ultra-dense alloys. Nice. Okay, so ultra-dense alloys, obviously more armor unlocks, but I am still unclear on biosurvey array. Possibly another radar upgrade, or maybe motion sensors? Ah, right. UFO Harvester. The Harvester is a large UFO that measures almost 100 meters from nose to tail, with a cavernous interior that can carry enormous quantities of cargo. Analysis of the design suggests this craft is a heavy transport vessel, adapted for operation in hostile environments. The exterior of the hull is protected by vast slabs of ultra-dense armor plate, while the usual complement of beam weapons is bolstered by powerful short-range homing missiles. This makes the ponderous Harvester surprisingly dangerous in battle, as it can absorb truly vast quantities of damage while also outputting significant firepower of its own. Thankfully, its armament appears optimized against aerial targets and poses relatively little threat to ground infrastructure. One suspects the Harvester is intended to replace the Abductor, and so will primarily be seen harvesting large quantities of humans or other terrestrial lifeforms for transport back to the alien homeworld. However, it might also be encountered serving as a troop carrier, i.e. creating terror sites or attacking our facilities. The main thruster and anti-gravity emitter appear identical to those of the cruiser. While the Harvester cannot match the speed of its smaller cousins, it can still travel at almost 4,000 kilometers per hour, making it one of the fastest UFOs yet encountered. Finally, please note that I have marked the extensive sensor package mounted on the front of the craft, the biosurvey array, and the composition of the ultra-dense alloys in the hull plating as topics worthy of further research. Indeed, and we'll get those queued up soon enough. We also still have one more floating around out there somewhere. Hopefully we can still snag it before it's too late. And yeah, let's go ahead and gank this guy. Only one infiltrator left. 2 if we can't stop that harvester in time. But, you know, fingers crossed. I guess we'll find out next time. That said, another fairly harrowing episode, though I don't think our worst. I mean, it sucks to lose served, but also at the same time, it's really kind of hard to say how we could have avoided that. I mean, obviously we needed an open shot to lock down the Mentark. It's just our bad luck that also happened to expose a fully locked and loaded manted non-com. But, you know, it is what it is. Just part and parcel of being a raider. Rest in peace, served. You served us well. And, you know, I'll see you in the next game. That said, we'll hit the pause button for now. I will take care of the usual off-screen bookkeeping. We've got a fair stack of cash to do something with once more. Though, honestly, we'll probably sit on most of it whilst we wait for 404 to finish doing its thing. And we will pick up here next time, as we hopefully take down Harvester 2. But, you know, failing that, we could always shoot for the stars. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Arrow Bowman, Dragon Matrix 7, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Lady Shayna, Mark Giemza, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Rowan Church, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.